Mr. Mamikins, how do you assess the speech on Future of Europe of your Prime Minister KARINS? And what do you think about the situation that now we are ahead of European elections and 12% of inhabitants of your country can't participate in political and European life?
It was a clear example of pure propaganda, I must say, that the speech of my Prime Minister of my country was something like that: everything is okay, we have no problem, we have to develop only our economy. But actually we have to develop our civil society. For me it's main task. And speaking about the so-called non-citizens or aliens, they are called in their special passport issued by Latvia. Really 12% of the population, it's more than 200,000 people of the current population of Latvia. They do not have a right to go to the polling station and to vote for the European Parliament. Even if we compare with the situation with refugees in the Netherlands or Germany, people do have this right in those countries. That means that we have to create a common European policy in this matter, and that is why we brought a special petition here to this house 3 years ago with my colleague Yana Tom, Alde Estonia, and Tatiana Ždanaka, the Prince Latvia. And we have had 2 hearings in the committee and in the committee on petitions. And of course we didn't have resolution on this matter.
Sorry, why did you have a resolution? Because Europe talks every day about the values, and apparently there is a big minority, if I can say so, that is deprived of their fundamental rights. Why?
It's difficult to answer, but my version is that it's a huge lobby of EPP, because now in this legislature we have 4 members from Latvian EPP in the group of European Popular Party, and of course it was also a role of Mr. KARINS when he was ordinary MEP from Latvia here in the European Parliament. And it was a huge lobby not to allow via the Conference of Presidents this resolution be prepared and then voted in the plenary.
Do you think it's a failure of this Parliament that there is no such a resolution and there is no clear signal to Latvian political class that the situation is not, it doesn't correlate to European image of the leader of champion in human rights?
Neither nor, because we've got a lot. We have a special letter from the Committee on Petition to the Latvian government and to the Estonian government, because non-citizens they are also in Estonia, is our neighboring country. And we had many debates. Now we have clear vision of the non-citizens, because 5 years ago a lot of members here in this house, they even didn't know about the non-citizens of Latvia. They have heard some rumors from Latvian EPP members, by the way, that they are all citizens of Russia. Of course, they are all serving in the army of Putin and participating in annexation of Crimea. No, it's a lie. And now I'm quoting my colleague, Mr. Pabriks, former MEP from Latvia. This information were distributed everywhere here in this house.
Sorry, it's clear that there are a lot of fake news around, but he today, your Prime Minister KARINS, clearly said that it's choice of these people. That's what he said to me publicly in press conference. He said it's a choice of these people. They choose not to apply for the citizenship.
There are a lot of reasons why people do not do naturalization, do not go via the procedure of naturalization. First of all, for many people it's still huge money, 20 or 30 euros official fee, official tax you have to pay before you will start your naturalization procedure. Secondly, a lot of people, they are so-called elder generation, 60 plus and more, and physically for many of them it's very difficult to go to the special naturalization station at the Ministry of Justice and to pass two exams. And another reason for me, and I understand those people, it's psychology, because those people, those Russians or Russian speakers, they were ready to die for independent Latvia in January 1991 during the so-called barricade times in Riga, and now they are nothing. They were ready to die for Latvia, to be killed from the enemy of independent Latvia, and there were a lot of Russian speakers at the barricades 30 years ago.
Mr. Mamikins, you said Russian speakers, but also there is the second huge problem. There is a problem of identity, that people are not allowed to have education in their own language. How come? Because Europe also is a champion in protecting rights of minorities. You see that even in a city like Brussels, all their historic places, all their streets are in two languages. So what happens to Russian language now?
Yeah, you are right. Brussels as a city is fully bilingual. Now, Russian language in Latvia has no status at all. It's the same like Swahili language or something like this, even neither regional nor special municipal language. Imagine there are only 4% of inhabitants in New York speak Russian, but you can write official letters to the mayor of New York in Russian, also not only in English. But it's impossible in Latvia, and that is what I asked just now during my intervention, during the statement of Prime Minister KARINS, what is about the so-called Russian speakers and minority languages education in my country. It was fully prohibited in September last year, and it was our task to fight for the natural rights of national minorities of Latvia. But yes, we can say that Mr. KARINS also is godfather of this educational reform.
How can you explain that? Because you mentioned that, for example, American society is a very open society. They're open to all communities. But he is an American citizen. How come that he doesn't bring this openness of American culture in Latvia?
I don't know, it's a question to Mr. KARINS, not to me. But I can imagine that Mr. KARINS still doesn't trust the Republic of Latvia, to independent Latvia, because he's still an American citizen. It's unacceptable for me. It's unacceptable if you are Prime Minister of my country. I have, for example, me personally, I have the only one citizenship, citizenship of Latvia. But KARINS has two citizenships. It's unacceptable. He is not a patriot of my country. He is not ready to die in a case of war for Latvia. He will run back to the United States. This is our shame. But he was born in the state of Delaware. Because of so-called Soviet occupation, his family still partly live in the United States, and it's history of Latvian people. But now we have to build our new history, common history. Latvians and Russian speakers Latvians. We have our common motherland called Latvia.